my titty tape because my nipples keep popping out. And I know you don't want to be on nipple duty tonight.
Please. I don't want to be on nipple duty for 2024.
No. Can't promise you a whole year, baby, but I can promise you tonight. Hello, beautiful people. Okay, this intro is going to be real short because we're short on time. So really, honestly, the vlog is probably going to start tomorrow. But I'm in Africa. I'm in South Africa. I am in, where are we at? Johannesburg? Mm-hmm. Me and Amy are in Johannesburg for 3 days. And then we're going to Cape Town for 3 days and then coming back to Atlanta. But today's been hectic already. We landed at like 4 o'clock. Got to our hotel, checked in and everything, because we have to go through like customs and shit. So go through customs, get to the hotel, check in. It was like 5:45, 5:50, pretty much 6 o'clock. And when I tell y'all I didn't pack anything, nothing. Like my suitcase is nearly empty. So I was like, well, we have to go to Zara so I can buy some stuff, like a mall, like we got to go somewhere. But everything out here closes like super early, like 8 o'clock, and they're locking their doors at 7:30. It's not they close at 8 and you can still sneak in at 7:55. No, the door is already locked. They're not letting you in. So we went to Zara. This is the cleanest Zara I've ever seen before in my life. Like it's a sale right now. I've never seen, baby, tell me about that Zara.
That Zara, they had everything.
I cannot believe I have never seen a Zara this fucking clean and this like organized. Like you can clearly see everything on the sale rack. Like the pants are here, the dresses are here, the tops are here. Like,
when it had self-checkout.
Oh, and they had self-checkout. But their self-checkout is like you place the stuff inside of a thing and it automatically rings it up. I don't know the science behind that. You literally just place it inside of a bin and then the screen just knows what it is. And then it tells you exactly what item still has a sensor on it, so you don't walk out with a sensor. So, but anyway, for these 3 days, we are staying at the Marriott on Melrose Ave. I'm gonna give you guys like a quick little room tour. But yeah, we're about to go out to eat. Nowhere fancy. We got on like sneakers and whatever pants I threw in this suitcase. But tomorrow we have a day. We have a really good day tomorrow, so. Packed, jam-packed. All right, so this is the room. This is the bathroom. It's cute light in here. Little shower. This room was cheap. For 3 nights, it cost us $2 something. So, oh, actually, I got a discount, so don't listen to me.
It was $300.
It was $300, but that was with our discount. We got a friends and family discount. And then little pool. It's really cute. Marriott, you can never go wrong with a Marriott. This is way better than, you know what vibe it gives? It gives that Nobu hotel we stayed in vibe, but it's really space in here. Because I always be talking shit about that Nobu hotel. That Nobu hotel in London that we went to on my London vlog, that hotel pissed me off. Chicago. My wig looks a mess and I know that's why all the white men have been staring at me. But I'm gonna fix it later before we go out for New Year's tonight. So please ignore this. It's like bulky. I need to do a lot to this wig. Cause it's New Year's Eve. And we're gonna be cute tonight. But anyway, I'm going to the mall. I lost my nose ring, so I'm gonna go get a nose ring. And then we're going to Nelson Mandela's house for a tour. And then we're gonna come back to the house the hotel where we're supposed to be taking a nap. But for me, it's gonna be, I need to do my hair. And then we're going to dinner. And then we're going to, out to a club for New Year's Eve, so. Huh? Oh, Cab's here. All right. It don't taste like sausage. It tastes like just ground. Like ground. All right.
It wasn't as bad as you made it out.
All right, let's toast to being in Africa. Being in Africa with lifelong friends.
Trip number 17.
Trip number 3,000 with the gang.
Gang.
Ooh.
They be on their way back. Let's go get
All right, so I got my wig to not me readjust. I got my wig to not look so wiggy. So it's New Year's Eve and we are going to an all white party. Guess who does not have on white? No white for me. I had bought this dress before they even like put the flyer out that it was supposed to be like an all white party, and I was not about to switch my like New Year's Eve outfit at the last minute, because at that point options are limited for what the hell you can wear when you're forced to wear all white, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of people in the club wearing the same shit. I will not be one of them. Oh, so we went to Nelson Mandela's house today. I didn't get a whole lot of footage because apparently you're not supposed to film there. They'll let you take pictures, but you're not supposed to take video. I got like a couple clips before they told me I couldn't take video, but I didn't get a whole lot. And then we went to the mall. I have had to go to this mall on 3 separate occasions. So I had to go to the mall when we first landed because I had no clothes. I didn't really pack anything to bring out here. So I didn't have any clothes, so I had to go to the mall for that. Then today, I had to go back to the mall to get a nose ring because my nose ring fell out and I feel naked without my nose ring. And then I realized while I was trying to get ready that I don't have a comb to do my hair. So I was like, okay, let me just find like, you know, like a little beauty spot store or like a pharmacy. Why is the pharmacy that I found that's close to me in the mall? So I had to go back in the mall to go to the pharmacy. I don't want to see this mall again for the rest of my life.
Well, we see it again because we got some returns.
Baby, please don't make me go back to that mall. Where is my titty tape? Because my nipples keep popping out. And I know you don't want to be on nipple duty tonight.
Please. I don't want to be on nipple duty for 2024.
No. Can't promise you a whole year, baby, but I can promise you tonight. Wait, I can do it. We're in Africa. I'm gonna try it. It might surprise you. Ready? Yep. Thank you. Okay, we're back. I'm kind of drunk, but let me tell y'all about our motherfucking night. Every time we go out the country, y'all know it's always some shit with these clubs. So first of all, we went to a club called Montana, And we chose this club. We had so many clubs that we were thinking. It was like we had 3 different clubs that we were thinking of, but we ended up deciding on this one. Because first of all, when we hit them up and we were like, you know, what kind of music do you guys play? Because we want to be lit on New Year's Eve. So he was like, what kind of music do you guys play? So they were like, oh, we play like a combination. So we play like hip hop, we play like American music, and we also play, you know, like our music, like, you know, Afro beats. So we was like, okay, perfect. We get like the best of both worlds. We didn't want to go to a place that was like too Americanized, but we also didn't want to go to a club where we knew we weren't going to know any of the music because, you know, like we knew we wouldn't have a good, if I don't know any music where I'm at, I'm not going to have a good time. And if you go on their page, like their Instagram page, every video, like little reel that they post, they don't use African music. They use all like, they be playing like Lil Baby, Drake. Like that's the music that they use on their reels. So I'm like, okay, the DJ must be popping. We get to the club. We get to the club at like 10:30, 11. We got there kind of early because we had to wire them the money for our section. The wire did not make it in time. So we ended up having to pay twice for the section, and we're like crossing our fingers that they send us our money back once they get it, because the bank is saying that they'll get it on the 3rd of January. So he's like, well, we cannot give y'all a section because the money has not come yet, which is confusing to me because y'all know how long wires take. So why is that the way that y'all accept money? Like, why don't y'all just tell people who you know are coming from out of town to pay a different way? Whatever. We ended up paying for the section. The owner of the club promised us that he's going to send us our money back. So again, we crosses our fingers. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But we get in the section. We're like, okay, it's early. So he's probably not, the DJ's probably not playing any good music because it's like super early. Y'all, the entire night, they did not play any song that I've ever heard of in my life. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them playing their local music. I'm saying that we asked y'all specifically before we even chose this club, what kind of music do y'all play? Because we knew that we didn't want to go to a club where we didn't know any music whatsoever. They played 5 hip hop songs at 2 o'clock in the morning. We got there at 10:30. I didn't hear a song I've heard of in my life until 2 o'clock in the morning. And they played Bodak Yellow, The Box by Roddy Ricch, Moment for Life by Nicki Minaj, and Strike by Lil Yachty. That was the extent of the music that we heard. That it was probably a good 10 minutes of music that I've ever heard of in my life, and then they went right back to the music I've never heard of. And I want to express again that it's not because they were playing their own music. It's their club. I completely understand that. We just would have chosen a different club had they said, well, we really only play Afro beats. We only play our local music. That's fine. That's your right. But tell us that before we pay thousands of dollars to be in this club and we're really not having a good time whatsoever because we're just sitting down like, damn, I don't know this song. Like, it's hard to turn up when you're... whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay, so then at the end of the fucking night, we pay, you know, we pay our tab, we pay our waitress. The security guard that was like in the section where all of the sections are, there's like 10 sections like where we are. The security guard follows us out, like runs us down to tell us that we need to tip him. Tip you for what? You are the security guard of the club. Why are you running us down to tell us to tip you? I'm so confused. I don't know if he saw us tip the waitress and he was like, oh, well, let me see if I can get them to tip. Like, we were friendly with him, but he wasn't like securing, like what did you do for our table specifically for you to say that we need to tip you? And I wholeheartedly feel like he would not have run down any other table that's from Africa. I think that American culture for tipping is so fucking crazy, and they know that they can get over on us when it comes to tipping, and that's why he ran us down, because we're Americans. And no, I'm a big tipper. I'm a huge tipper. Huge. I'm not tipping you. I don't know you. What are you talking about? You are the security guard of the club. The club, not our section. You didn't secure shit in my section. You are securing this whole entire club, and we were friendly to you for like 5 minutes And you thought that you was gonna run us down to tell us that we need to tip you? Have you lost your mind? Then we tried to go to a strip club because we were like, okay, maybe the strip club will like end the night perfectly. Pull up to the strip club. Strip club is closed. Not closed for the night. They said they closed because they're on vacation. So they're not opening up for a couple weeks. So that's my night. Other than that, Africa is beautiful. I love this place. I just did not have a great New Year's Eve night, like club night. But we're going to the club again. When we go to Cape Town, like we're going to lounges while we're still out here in Johannesburg. So I'm sure I'll have a great time somewhere else. But like we're out here for New Year's and I did not have a good time on New Year's Eve. So.
The food was good.
What food? Oh, I forgot. We did go somewhere before that. We went to a restaurant called Saint. It was called Saint, right? Saint was good. That food was good. That's what we did. That was like our little pregame before we went to Montana. Saint was good. To be honest with you, that's probably where the fuck we should have brought our New Year's in. Because when we walked out of Saint, they had like a little club right there. But yeah, that's it. We're going on a safari tomorrow. So the safari should make up for all the fuck shit that happened today. So I will see you guys tomorrow at the safari. Wait, are you about to order room service? So the first thing I saw, so this drive was like 2 hours. So I was asleep the whole time. And he went to go to him. And when I woke up, the first thing I saw was a sign that says, please stay in your car because there may be free roaming lions walking around. Why are they just roaming?
Just in between the gate or under the gate so they can manage to grab you and pull you towards the gates. So we don't want anyone to get so close. And also when we get inside, just keep a distance also away from this electric wire inside. It's a hot wires, 5,000 volts. Do not touch it. Targets, they only have one target. So once they just pick you up as a target, they won't lose sight of you. Yeah.
I think you're the target.
Oh shit, I am the target. Oh my gosh!
Choose the target, but I didn't understand you.
I'm saying that if a lion wants to pick a target, if they pick a target, or the
more than 500 pounds, so it can consume up to about 40 to 50 kg of food per feed after 3 days. Yeah, after 3 days.
You want to bite something? Bite yourself.
Venga, ahora cogerlo cada uno, ¿no? Se hace una foto, así. Ay, perdón.
yeah, so they ate. So try to hold them properly. You can just support his belly and the legs as well. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, the whole boss left. She got fixed. So today is officially the worst day of my life. I'm in Cape Town now, and before I even get into why today is the worst day of my life on a vacation that I have ever fucking been on, let's recap yesterday in Johannesburg. So y'all know that we went to like the little lion thing where we like walk with the lions. So we were frustrated because we were with this group where, so there was like a husband and wife and they had kids. And then there was like a lady, and I don't know if she's like an older lady. I don't know if she's like an influencer or something, but she was not listening to like, I don't want to call them like trainers, like lion trainers, because they're not trainers. Like the lions are not trained. The lions that you are walking with, they're not trained. They're not like docile. They're not friendly. They just weren't paying attention to us. Like they're used to being around humans, so they don't pay attention to you. But make no mistake about it, you have to do what the people who work there say, or else you will be a snack. You will be a snack. And one of the ladies, the one who's like an influencer, I think she's an influencer, I don't know, she was acting like one. She was not listening to like the safety things that the people were trying to express to us when it comes to walking the trail with the lions. Like she was just concerned about pictures. And she kept going, well, what about pictures, or what about pictures? And then the guy, this is while they were like in the middle of like the safety thing, like don't ever walk like in front of the lion, don't ever isolate yourself. If a lion is coming up on you, like hit your stick down the ground. Like he's really giving us like tips to stay alive during this, because it's actually really kind of dangerous. And she's just like, okay, well, when do y'all take the pictures and the videos of us walking with the lions? And he was like, that's not a mandatory thing. That's if the lions are in the mood for that. We don't know that. So if the lions are in the mood for it, we'll do it, and if they're not, we're not doing it. And she's like, no, well, I had friends who came here 2 days ago and they got their videos taken, so you guys are gonna take videos. Like that's how she was acting the whole time. They tell you don't run, don't scream, don't do any of that. She was running, trying to get in front of everybody that was on the little walk so that she can be in front with the lions, she can get her videos. Like it just was like to the point where we were about to curse her out, because this is not a you by yourself thing. If you are doing shit to agitate these lions, all of our lives are in danger. So you're not fucking listening, and it was actually pissing everybody off in the group. So then the couple that has the kids, the instructor tells you in the beginning, when it comes to anything that has to do with interacting with the animals up close. So I was able to like pet a cheetah. We walk with the lions, and we got to play with cubs. He was saying the kids can't do that because kids are like smaller, like not even like kids, there's a height requirement. So like if you don't meet that height requirement, they don't let you do it because you look like an easy prey to the animal, and they don't want you to get hurt. So like it's like they didn't want to listen to that. Like every time it was time to do something, they were like combative about the fact that the kids couldn't come. They're like, oh, well, why can't the kids come? Oh, they can't do this either? Are you sure they can't do it? Bitch, why would you want to put your kids in danger? What are you talking about? The man said that your kids look like easy prey. They look like an easy snack. So we don't let them around the animals, and you're still gonna ask, can you be around the animals anyway? You sound crazy. But other than that, it was a great ordeal. I would definitely do that again. It was like beautiful. Cause I've been to places with animals before, but I don't know. This one, it doesn't feel like they mistreat the animals in any way. Like, you know, like the animals, I don't know. When I go to other places and like play with cubs and shit, the cubs, sometimes I be feeling like they're drugged up. Not these. These cubs were all over the place, like to the point where he was like, leave them alone because they don't want to be bothered. It's kind of like the animals are running the show at this place, and if they don't want to be bothered, we're not bothering them, as opposed to other places that I go, and it kind of feels like they may drug the animals or kind of beat the animals to do what they want them to do. Now let's get into why today is the worst day of my life. So we spent 3 days in Johannesburg, and we're spending 4 days here in Cape Town. So we got on the 7:55 a.m. flight this morning and landed at 10 o'clock. We got an Airbnb. We didn't stay we're not staying in a hotel out here. We got an Airbnb. We asked our Airbnb, hey, the flight that we're getting gets in at 10 o'clock. Is this okay? If not, we'll get a later flight. The Airbnb people said, yes, that's totally fine. This was last week. We get here at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we let the Airbnb people know that we're here and we're on our way, and can you send us like the address? So then they tell us, well, you can't check in until 2 o'clock. So we're like, why can't we check in until 2 o'clock? We told you our flight lands at 10. They was like, yeah, that was fine last week, but we had someone book a room last night. Well, we had someone book the house last night, and now we are cleaning up after them. So we're cleaning up right now, you can't come. So why didn't you tell us that when somebody booked it? because we could have actually stayed in Johannesburg longer. We could have slept in. We could have had breakfast at our hotel. We could have gotten like the 12 o'clock flight. Like now it's 10 o'clock and y'all telling us we can't check in until 2. Where are we supposed to go? So that's strike one. That's only strike one. One second. It's a towel in here. Strike fucking 2. There is a parade happening right now in Cape Town on the same exact street that my ass too big, baby. Got that ass. There is a parade happening on the same exact street that our Airbnb is on, and all the streets around the Airbnb are blocked, all of them. They failed to tell us that there will be a parade around the vicinity of where the Airbnb is. So we're not able to get to the Airbnb. The streets are closed for like 4 or 5 blocks. Do y'all know how many bags we have? For them to think that we were walking 4 or 5 blocks to get to the room in the heat. That's like, this is summer right now in Africa. December is summer. So it's, how hot was it, babe? It felt like 100 degrees outside. We like,
It's 85.
It's 85, but it's 85, but it's super sunny. So it really feels like 100. Why would y'all not tell us that all the streets that have access to the Airbnb are closed? This is not a last minute parade. The parade happens every year, so y'all knew this parade was about to happen. So that's strike 2. Luckily, we had an Uber driver who was bucking the system, y'all. Like he was driving through the parade to get us to the Airbnb. And like the security officers and everybody that was like running the parade were trying to stop him, and he was not listening. He was still driving. Finally, we get up to the Airbnb. Mind you, we have been fighting for our lives to get to this Airbnb. When we got out of the car and got our bags out the car, they were like, you still have to walk a block down and go around and come back up. We're walking through a parade with bags. With bags. So then, we finally get to the Airbnb. We sit down. And we're like, can you please turn the air on? Because it's like, we weren't escaping the heat. It's hot outside. I walk in the Airbnb, it's hot in here. Why is the air not on? So we're like, can you turn the air on? He looked at us like, what air? We don't have air, we only have fans. Oh! And then they're like the little old school fans. Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. And then our final straw was nobody's internet was working. So we hit up the guy and we were like, hey, the internet is not working. Why is the internet not working? Like, are we doing something wrong? Do we need to unplug and plug it back in? He writes us back and he says that the internet is not working because they are in the process of switching the internet over to another provider. So it doesn't work right now. And they didn't think to tell us that before we got there, when we booked it, that you don't have air conditioning and you don't have Wi-Fi. We're from another country. We have to have Wi-Fi to communicate. Are you kidding me right now? That was our last straw. So Airbnb ended up refunding us. We moved Airbnb. So this is the second Airbnb I'm in. I'm in a whole different Airbnb. So we left there. We came to this new one. The new one is nice. It's not near the parade. It's only like 8 minutes from the old one, but it's not near the parade. So we don't have to worry about like trying to go through crowds or anything to get to the Airbnb. It's just been a fucking mess today. It has been a fucking mess. The thing that sucks is the Airbnb was actually cute. It was like a little Art Deco apartment that had like African statues and stuff in it. It was actually decorated really nice, but
They had really good reviews.
they had really good reviews. It's so funny because nowhere in the reviews did anybody say like, just so for anybody that's coming here, just so I know they ain't got no air conditioning.
I think they used to it. Because our cab job didn't have the air on either.
Yeah. But this has been an all-day ordeal, just to give you kind of kind of a rundown. We got here at 10 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get to this Airbnb until 8 p.m. Wasn't it? It was like 8 p.m., right? 8 p.m. It's nighttime now. And we've been here since 10 o'clock in the morning dealing with this shit. We're about to go to a restaurant called Tang. Everything that we had planned today, we couldn't even do. So we have to do half the shit that we were planning to do today, tomorrow.
That club put us on.
What club? In
First
Mykonos?
club we went to.
In Mykonos?
Yeah. That club put us on.
First of all, in Mykonos, we found them clubs.
No, the first one that we had a table at.
Oh, like the teddy bears?
Toy room.
Toy room.
Toy
Toy
room.
room put us on. Because when I walked in there, that girl say, oh yeah, you was in toy room last night.
They wanted us to come back. They kept DMing me, asking us if we wanted a table. They literally kept DMing me the whole time we was out there.
How much was it?
I showed you the video. The table.
I don't think she wanted to charge me. She just kept asking me to come back so we can get a table.
It was like $1,200.
No, but they, I think they asked us to do something with our Instagrams, and when they saw my Instagram, they kept DMing me, asking me, can I come back?
Man, you gotta start using that shit.
Shaw, we wasn't going back to that shit. We had already went. Tell your friend somewhere else that give us a table there.
We went to
We wasn't about to be in toy room every night in Mykonos.
We showed at the other side. Hold on now.
First of all,
I was to party and enjoy ourselves.
my takeaway from Greece was that I was terrified driving in Santorini because I literally almost drove us off of a cliff one night. Literally.
That drive back.
Shaw saved y'all life because I was making a right and Shaw was like, I don't think you can make a right. And then we saw that if I had made the right and if Shaw was asleep, I would have turned us right off of a cliff.
Yeah, we would have died.
Shaw literally was like, I don't think you can make it. And then Shaw, you weren't even sure. You just were like, no, I don't think so. I don't think this is right.
You can feel like when you're going to an edge. You should be able to feel that.
No, I didn't feel that.
No matter where you're at in the world, you should feel like when you're going to an edge. Even if you
Could you feel when you ran into that wall?
I went to sleep. Now that's different. I actually fell asleep.
Killed me.
Maybe stop telling people that.
He did.
He almost killed my bitch. Oh my goodness.
They came through right there. There was another one coming through.
Where the other one
The
go?
other one went back around that corner right there. They jump up out the thing.
Yeah, they do. Again. Let's see yours, you little artist. Why would you draw that? And what is the name at the bottom? Why did you name it that?
This means beautiful memories. So when I open it, I'll remember this. Yeah.
Very special beef stock that we put, and that helps with the face. The video sauce nice and thick. South Africa? Yes. Okay, lovely. I cooked for a very lovely couple in Cappuccino. An American couple. Fantastic. So remember, when you're doing your spices, you always want to fry the spices. I'm sure you know when you're making curry, you want to.
How you feeling? What did you say this was?
That was a stock, beef stock. You can add it to the next.
Okay.
I need one of these for the crib.
Chef Fight, how do you feel about your meal?
About what?
Your meal?
Oh, that's in my hair. I'm gonna say, girl, look a
Well,
fucking mess.
child.
I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm holding on to hope that it'll be good.
Yep, it's time.
It's
Wine tasting as well.
Is it any way that we can do like bread, but that they can do rice?
You don't see my little, you don't see my little junior right there. It ain't like that.
My shit probably is because you done fucking kicked up all the damn rocks up under my damn feet.
Who did it? Me? I had to kick up rocks under your feet.
Because you was walking behind me and you stepped on the back of my damn foot.
It's always my fault. Nigga gonna find a way for it to be my fault. I think y'all was trying to get my shit earlier.
Shaw, you nobody wants your shit.
Trying to get my shit.
Orange juice, okay? Smash green.
Oh, I have to wear this away. Right. One thing about the Ubers, they be lurking around here.
Waiting for their chance. A cup. What? I was trying to hurry up. She said the car was 2 minutes away. All right, y'all ready? Do it. All right. Happy birthday, Sean! Want to do another one?
One for each of the minutes you gotta wait for?
Yeah.
You haven't got one for that.
We got one more in this.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Well, I'll let you go.
That's why I'll let you go. Alright, shot two.
Shot two.
Here's to a good night. Our last night in Cape Town.
Last time I sang the song won't shine till we meet again. Be waiting all these stormy night, oh yeah. Stormy night, oh yeah. They found you on my way yet again. We must be meant for each other, girl, oh yeah. Baby, don't fight it. Hey, I was chilling with the bros who was up for a night out. Yeah. Saw you in the cut with that wifey demeanor.
You guys know something went wrong, right? Something always goes wrong. So, remember I told y'all in my last vlog that since these tickets cost a kidney, an arm, a leg, and a toe, that Amy and I were gonna buy our tickets to Africa and we were just gonna like buy like a buddy pass going home. Well, apparently it's really hard to get out of Africa on standby. I've flown standby so many places before and it's like just so easy. It's really hard, not because like the flights are full. So first of all, yes, the flights are full. But even when the flights aren't full, sometimes they don't let standbys on because of the weight of the plane, which is like a big thing in Africa, which I didn't know. So yeah, we are in a hotel because we were supposed to go home yesterday, and we couldn't go home because even though there were 10 seats left on the plane, they weren't letting anybody else on because of the wait. So we're in Cape Town. We are about to fly back to Johannesburg because the flight that is going back to Atlanta is going to Johannesburg first, and then coming to Cape Town, and then going to Atlanta. So I figured we have a better shot at getting on the flight in Johannesburg with those set of standbys, as opposed to waiting for all the standbys to Johannesburg to possibly get on, then get to Cape Town and try to do those standbys. So the standbys in Cape Town are probably not going to be able to get on because they let the ones in Johannesburg on. If they let the ones in Johannesburg on, because right now, Delta is saying that it's a full flight and they don't know if they're letting standbys on anywhere. So it's also cheaper for me and Amy just to buy our tickets home in Johannesburg as opposed to flying out to Cape Town. So if we end up having to just buy our tickets, it's better for us to be in Johannesburg anyway. It is Saturday. We're gonna try probably until Sunday or Monday to get home on the pass, and if we don't get home, then we're just gonna buy our ticket. So that's where we're at with it. I will keep you guys updated, crossing my fingers, praying to the Lord to please let me get on this flight. But if we don't, then we'll just be in Africa for a day or two longer, and it'll be an extended vlog. I'll let you guys know. Next time you see me, I'll be letting you know whether I made it home or not.
Are you ready for our next adventure? Airport Chronicles.
I'm so pissed.
Why?
I'm so pissed. I cannot believe it. I've never seen no shit like this before. I cannot believe that this happened to me.
It's okay. It makes for a better adventure.
I've seen quite enough of Africa. It's time to go. Not the panel.
Bye,
I'm ready to
Africa.
go.
Okay, so clearly I am back home, and when I tell y'all, Delta can count their motherfucking days. Count your days, Delta. I want to start off by apologizing for how long it took me to edit this vlog. I'm not going back to being inconsistent. Because, so the original plan was I was going to come back home from Africa. I was supposed to be off for like I was supposed to be off for 2 or 3 days when I got back home. And then I was going to spend those days editing the Africa vlog, and I was going to post it. But when I got back home, I had to immediately go back to work. That's where I'm leaving right now. I'm like leaving my job. So I didn't have time to edit it. So I've worked every single day since I've gotten home from Africa, with the exception of one day. And the one day wasn't even a day off because I had missed so much work that I needed to catch up on the work that I had missed. So it really was kind of a work from home day as opposed to it being like a truly off day. But now I have the weekend off, so I'm going to be able to like edit this video and get it up. Remember in my last vlog, I told y'all that the tickets to Africa, like I was going to have to sell my kidney to buy the ticket. That was still true. The tickets were so fucking expensive. But me and Amy ended up buying our tickets to Africa, and our friend works for Delta, so we were able to purchase buddy passes to get home. My mom was a flight attendant for like 20 plus years, so I know exactly how buddy passes work. It's standby. You can make the flight or you cannot make the flight. I've had times where, I get to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't get on a flight till 6 p.m. So like I'm fully prepared for that. Amy's never flown standby before, so I had to tell Amy like how standby works. Like most of the time I have made the flight. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've ever not made a flight whenever I've flown standby, like back in the day when I used to fly for free. But there is a chance. So I always told Amy that. And then the very first day that we were supposed to leave, when I was looking at the standby list, it was kind of long. So I had told Amy, I was like, to be honest with you, we're probably not going to make it home today, but we'll definitely make it home tomorrow because there's not that many standbys tomorrow. So Amy was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, okay, another day in Africa. We got this restaurant that we love that we really wanted to go to anyway. So we were like, okay, so we'll just spend the day. Where were we at? We were in Cape Town. We were like, okay, so we'll just spend like another day in Cape Town. No problem. But we still were going to try because, you know, people be adding their name to the standby list and they don't be showing up. So we were like, okay, we're still going to go to the airport and try. And if we don't make it, we don't make it. We'll just go home tomorrow. So, y'all, we get to the airport and we get to the airport and then the guy, you know, basically tells all the standbys. This was the first red flag. There were like 30 seats left on this flight. And I think there were like 35 standbys. So I'm thinking they're probably not going to take 30 people, but they're at least going to take like half the list or at least more than half the list to, you know, to fill the seats that they have available. Because that's what standby is. The seats that are available, that's what you give them to the standbys. He said that he wasn't taking, they weren't taking anybody. And the reason why they weren't taking anybody is because of weight optimization. Like the plane weighed too much. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense because there's only 30 seats left and the flight can seat so many people. So if they only got like 30 seats left, that must mean that they're almost full. And then with the luggage, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, okay, the problem is that because nobody made the standby flight, that they were going to be on the flight tomorrow too, like the next day. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to be stuck in Africa for 2 days. So what should I do? The guy was telling me, I was like, well, how many seats are on the flight tomorrow? Do you think I'm going to make this flight tomorrow? The guy was like, he looked at it. He was like, no, right now it's saying, this was the second red flag. He was like, right now it's saying that there's like 80 seats left, but we're still at weight optimization for that flight as well. I'm like, you're at weight optimization and you have almost 100 seats? And he was like, yeah. So you're probably not going to make the flight tomorrow either. And I was like, okay, so what should I do? Like, I was asking like for advice. And he was like, well, the flight that's leaving out of Cape Town will be in Johannesburg first. Your best bet is actually to try to fly out of Johannesburg because they're going to be taking standbys over there as well. So once they take standbys over there, we're probably not going to take any in Cape Town. So I'm like, okay. So me and Amy go back to our, well, we had to purchase a new hotel. We get a hotel, we go there, we take our luggage to the hotel room, and then we purchase a flight from Cape Town to Johannesburg the next morning. We buy that plane ticket, right? So we're like, we're looking at Johannesburg. Johannesburg has over 100 seats to Atlanta. So we're like, oh, it's only like 8 standbys. We're definitely gonna make this flight. Get to the airport the next day, same thing all over again. We're at weight optimization. You guys are not gonna make this flight. So me and Amy are like, okay. And mind you, let me let y'all know there's only one flight from Delta out of Africa every day. So it's not like we go there in the morning and then we're there all night. It's not like we go there in the morning and then we're there all day hoping to make a flight. There's only one flight that you can make. If you don't make that flight, it's it. That's just it for the day. So, however, this second day, they call a bunch of people for standby, put the standbys on the flight, like gave them a seat and put them on the flight, and then came and got them and took them off of the flight and said, the plane weighs too much. The plane just weighs too much. We can't take any standbys. So these people collectively also are going to try to get on the flight the next day, like me and Amy have to. So the only saving grace was that the people at the front were like, okay, day 3 should be great for you because this flight is not going through Cape Town. It is only Johannesburg straight to Atlanta. It's a straight through flight, so you don't have to worry about any standbys from Cape Town. Also, there's like 130 seats on this flight tomorrow. Everybody that's on standby should make this flight tomorrow. This is day 3. Day 3. However, the problem is, originally there were like 10 to 12 standbys total, including me and Amy. everybody from Cape Town must have caught on to the fact that getting out of Johannesburg was probably going to be easier. So the next day, by the time me and Amy got to the airport, there were 45 fucking standbys. This is day 3. Even though there were 45 standbys, when I got to the gate, the guy, and we had been working with the same people, they were like, oh, hey again. They were like, yeah, you're probably going to make this flight today. This flight looks really good. There's like 130, there was over 130 seats left. They were like, yeah, you should make it. When I tell y'all, if there was like a gang of us at the counter, like waiting to see if they were going to take standbys. So then eventually they say, yeah, we're going to take standbys, but we're only taking 10 people. They called 10 people. Me and Amy's name is not on the list of the 10 people. The 10 people that they called, I think, were employees. Mind you, me and Amy were actually at the top of the list until all the people from Cape Town flew from Cape Town to Johannesburg, and then they bumped us to the bottom because they were actually employees. So she says we're only taking 10 people. So then I guess somebody was like, why the fuck are y'all only taking 10 people? Because y'all have over 130 seats left. Y'all should be able to fit all of us on this flight. I don't understand why y'all only taking 10 people. They tell us that these are cargo flights. Like, yeah, there's people that are on the flights, but these are like freight. They're freight planes. Freight, not freight, right? Freight. Yeah, freight. Yeah, they're freight planes. So they're like delivering cargo, which is why the planes are so heavy and they won't take standbys. And I would be all for that because I'm all for safety. If the plane is too heavy, I don't want to be on the goddamn plane. My problem lies within the fact that you guys are still selling tickets. So there was actually a family who was tired of being in Africa. They were like, no, we have to go home. We can't stay here another day. They turned around. They went and bought a ticket at the counter, and then they let them get on the plane. So is it weight optimized or not? Like, so if I buy the plane ticket, the weight doesn't matter. But if I'm standby, you can't take me. Make it make sense, because we were, all of the people that were at the gate, we were online acting like we were going to buy tickets, and Delta was letting us purchase about 10 tickets. So you're letting us purchase all of these fucking tickets, but you can't take standbys. It just wasn't making any sense. It's either the plane is too heavy or it's not. I truly don't understand. So whatever. I told Amy, I was like, bro, I can't stay in Africa for a 4th day. Like, I don't want to sound dramatic, but y'all, it's starting to get traumatizing at that point. Like, I low key had a mental breakdown in the airport, like in like a corner, not in front of everybody, because I ain't want to be no weak ass bitch in front of everybody. But I had a mental breakdown like in a corner, and Amy had to calm me down because I'm just like, because I had got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a plane ticket, and then I couldn't even buy the plane ticket anymore. They had closed the ticket counter. And to top it off, most of the gate agents, now there were a couple that were very nice. I was dealing with a couple that were very nice. Most of the gate agents were so fucking nasty. They had no fucking empathy for the fact that there were people that had been stuck in Africa longer than me and Amy. There were people who had been there for like 6 days. Once I saw that, once people were telling me how long they had been stuck in Africa, I told Amy, I said, oh, we're not doing this. I have to go home. Like, I have a dog, I have a job, I have a life. I cannot be stuck here for another fucking day. And then it's not even like, it's truly that I'm stuck there. It's not like I'm just like, oh, okay, it's another day, let's go and do this and let's go and have fun. It's another fucking day, and all I'm doing all day is trying to figure out how I get home. So it's not even a good time for me to be here. It's just like, it's emotionally draining, because I'm sitting in the hotel all day. When me and Amy go to restaurants, I'm sitting in a restaurant in my phone, checking to see how many standbys, checking to see how much the tickets cost to get home. So finally, Amy and I found a flight. But the flight to Atlanta was ridiculous. The flight to Atlanta, they wanted like $5,000 per person for coach. But I was like, well, why don't we look for like another place? Like, look to see how much it costs to get to New York. Look to see how much it costs to get here. Look how much it costs to get there. So we found a plane ticket that was pretty cheap. It was like $1,200. The flight, it was actually a flight to London.
And it's easy to get out of Europe on standby. Just a tip for anybody who ever flies standby. It is so easy to get out of Europe because there's so many flights that leave in a day. So at first, we were going to look for a flight to Amsterdam and fly out of Amsterdam. But Amsterdam was but I had heard a bunch of flight attendants that were on standby saying that they were going to do the same thing. And I didn't want to be in the same situation where all of us are in one spot trying to get on one flight. So we looked up London. So we ended up flying from Johannesburg to Saudi Arabia. And then from Saudi Arabia to London. And then we were able to fly standby from London to Atlanta. So it was like a journey of like a full 24 hours to get home. But hey, we made it. Thank God we made it. Thank God that we were able to experience Africa. But I just always, I just feel like, and Amy says she feels the same way too. This trip was so fun. I had a fucking blast on this trip. However, I will say the getting home part kind of put a damper on it, and I tried not to. I tried not to think about this trip and automatically think about the hassle it was to get home, but I can't help it. Like, whenever I think about this trip and somebody be like, how was Africa? I want to say I had the time of my life, but the only thing I can fucking think of was how I couldn't get home. Oh, my best friend too that was out there with us, she actually was stuck too. I didn't know she was on standby until we were all at the airport. Like, what the fuck? So she ended up flying to Brazil, and then she flew standby from Brazil to Atlanta. She said to, like, she had texted me too. She was like, bro, I'm about to have a mental breakdown. I don't think y'all understand. It's all that fucking luggage we had taking it to the airport just to say, oh yeah, we got room for y'all, but we not taking y'all, so y'all can go. Going back to the hotel and doing that every single fucking day. And then when everybody is telling you, oh, it looks great, you're gonna make it home, just for somebody to come out and say we're not letting you home, and then putting you on the flight and then snatching you off the flight. They did that 2 days in a row. Put standbys on the flight and then took them off the flight. And I'm not saying it in a way of I don't understand how standby works. I understand how standby works. I've been flying standby. I have flown. Like I said, my mom was a flight attendant, so I flew for free for years. I was always on standby. But if you know that it is impossible to get out of Africa on standby, then I think that just should be a place that you just tell people you don't take standbys. To have all of those people, there was a guy that was a student there, and he looked so defeated. Like, not everybody can afford to just buy a plane ticket to just go, like, on a whim. Like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a plane ticket to London, or I'm just gonna buy a plane ticket to Brazil. I'm just gonna go home. Like, not everybody can do that. So it was just frustrating, the fact that they even allow people to list themselves on standby when you know for a fact that you're not that you never take standbys out of Africa. What is the point of it then? I don't understand the point of it. I hope y'all enjoyed the vlog. I hope that y'all enjoyed the vlog. I definitely want to do Africa again in a different way. I will never fly standby out of Africa again in my life, so I do want to do it again just to kind of relive the moments without the traumatizing end of the trip. But I thank y'all for tuning into this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Yeah.